We'd like to welcome you to Skyward Family Access online registration for Community Unit 2. The first step we need to do is to go to the Robinson School website, which is www.robinsonschools.com. The page will look similar to this. You will click on Skyward Family Access. At this point, you will then type in your personal login and password. If you do not have this information, you must contact the school, either call the school or email the schools for that information. At this point, you will now see your student or students. If you have more than one student, you can come up here to the student drop-down box, choose your student and the school that that child attends. In this case, John Doe only attends Nuttall Middle School. So you would come over to register for online registration for 2011-2012. Click on that button and start registration for John Doe. At this screen, we need to click on Step 1, which is student information. And at this point, you are now able to look over all the information on your student, and if you need to make a change, there are buttons to the right that you can make these changes. Such as if you wanted to change his language to Spanish, whatever, you could do it at this box. You then want to save it and then go down to the next box if everything is fine. Then you'd go back to the top and hit back, and you have now completed Step 1. Step 2, click on it, read the general information, continue, and then you need to mark the general information on race and ethnicity, save, and come back and complete Step 2. Step 3 would be the medical history. You would need to complete each of the boxes for the general health information, put your signature at the bottom, save or print a copy for yourself, save, and you have now completed Step 3. Assurance of residency. You would need to put your student's name, you're verifying your address that you are in Community Unit School District, save, print. You can now have now completed Step 4. Step 5 would be your internet permission, and you would need your student to know the student has read the information on internet and you as a parent have read that. This information will be available on the main screen of the Robinson School website for you to read and so you can answer this that yes, you have read it. There again, you save, go back, and you have now completed Step 5. Step 6 would be your school rules, and this means that you have read the rules, which can be found on the main page of Robinson School District website, and you can say yes or no and answer that one. Save, and you've now completed Step 6. Step 7 is that yes, you give your student Tylenol or Advil permission. This is for the school's use, that if your child needs to have Tylenol, that we now know that we have permission, you can say yes or no, save, and you've completed Step 7. Step 8 is cradle permission. That is not all schools will have this step because cradle is used only at middle school on the 7th grade level. So that one you would just hit back and complete Step 8. If you qualify or think that you would qualify for free or reduced lunches, you would now come to this application. If you think you would qualify, then you would want to complete the application as it instructs and then hit add the application, hit OK. If for some reason, back to that screen, if you do not qualify for free and reduced, simply ignore the screen, hit back, and say I have completed step 9. You do not have to fill that out unless you think you would qualify. Now for step 10, you would click on this. This takes you to the payment window. If you would like to make a payment towards your child's lunch account, you would do so in this account right here. Type in the amount that you want to put, and this will be taken off of your debit or credit card, and you would pay with RevTrak. If you choose not to place anything in their lunch account at this time, you would hit back. And then you would say, you would click step 10, but you would also need to fill out the reason why you did not pay at this time. If we go back to the payment window and you choose to put in an amount into that child's lunch account, you would pay with RevTrak, and at this time it takes you to the window. You have placed money in the lunch account, but you can also come over to Nuttall Middle School or whichever school that your child is attending. Click on Nuttall Middle School, and you want to look at the school fees. This time you can also pay for book rental, and you want to come back and you would want to pay for a district calendar. You can click that in there. You can also purchase a lanyard or a yearbook. Click on those and that will go into your cart. If you come back to this school, to Nuttall Middle School, and you want to pay for school sports fees, you may do so from this window. And it has basketball, cheerleading, cross country, track, or volleyball. Whichever sport that you want, click on that window and it will be, your charge will be placed on your shopping cart. That's when you would put your last name and your user ID number. You want to look at your cart, view cart, or buy now, and that would bring you up to your final total. And then you would click out of here and you've completed your payment portion. And at the bottom of the page it says you would now click where it says complete registration for John Doe, and you have finished your registration for your child. If you have more than one child, you would need to do this process for each of the children in your household. Also, if you cannot complete the process in one sitting, simply check the close button and you can continue the next time you log into Family Access.